Hello and welcome back. My name is Tuxedo Ian. We are getting back into our playthrough of Book of Hours today, and this will be video number, let me see, 49 in our series. We are quickly approaching winter of our third year, and we are going to see what we can get done today. So with that said, let's dive in and see what we can do. Welcome back. Everything is remembered. Hush House endures. Alright, so we just started a new day. We have some fog to work with today, so we can probably make use of that for something. We have, let's see, we just got our orders in, so we can start making some food today. We have plenty of sugar and flour and milk, and we have some butter. So let's see, we can add flour and milk, and we use the mixing bowls. Makes dough, an ingredient for a higher purpose. So let's see. Today, I think we are going to see if we can get... Yes, we have the Howling Chamber. Or we could try and get into the Impermeable Cell. So we have the Sealed Cell, the Ravaged Cellar. We have this Newman, which gives us 5 scale or 5 knock. So we need to find 4 scale somewhere else. So if we wanted to go here, or we could actually do nectar. Yeah, I think that's what we were planning to do. We were planning to get the... we can get an orchard keeper and have her help us out with some nectar skill. In Cornwall, it is quite possible to take a stride from the richest vegetation into the abomination of desolation. It has been said in mockery that Cornwall does not grow enough wood enough to make coffins for the people. So first we can talk to her using the knife, which will get her to 4. So let's see, we are opening this box and finding something small and rare. We found a year tally, a chitty worth an additional year of life, scrupulously obtained through carefully balanced thaumaturgic attention to the cindered tally of the madrigad. Well, we already have one of those over here, so let's see where we can stash that. We'll put it up here in the chapel. Sacrilege, I know, but... Okay, so we have lesson in Edicts Inviolable. We have a lesson in Glazery and Lightsmithing that we are getting memories for right now. We are also going to need a memory. So neither of these give nectar, do they? That one gives Lantern, Moth, and Grail. This one gives Moth, Heart, and Scale. And this one gives Knock, Winter, and Scale. So we can use one of our Fet to investigate this plant, which will give us a memory of nectar that we can use with the Orchard Keeper. We also have Lambig Brookland, which gives 2 nectar. Tools boosted their aspects appropriately. So this will get her to 6. The memory will put her at 7. Then we just need a food with nectar, which we have plenty of. Okay, so there's a memory of revelation. Just waiting on this one to finish. Get our Memory of Sky. And then we can upgrade Glazery and Lightsmithing. Alright, so there's our Paradise Palm with a Memory of Scent. Okay, so we can do Glazery and Lightsmithing, Revelation and Confounding Parable, and a Faust, and the Lesson. And this will improve this to level 3. So let's see, we have Edicts Inviolable, 2 lessons that we can use for anything. So we can do Heart or Moon. I think we might want to put one into Edicts Martial, just to have another level of that. And we'll put the other one into Drums and Dances. So we need 2 Heart or Nectar memories. So we can get started on that. So we can do Heart. And we can do Heart. So that's our memories for Drums and Dances. And then after that's finished, we'll get the 6 memories we need for Edicts Martial. And yes, I know I could use this Sacrament Malachite up here, but I'll save that for another day when we need more than just 9, because we can get to 9 easily enough. So we can give her that memory, which gets her to 7. We have dough. An ingredient for a higher purpose. Mix with an egg in a bowl to make cake batter, or use to bake various delectable pies. For sweeter pies, you'll want to use spices, too. So let's see, if we add that... And can we make a pheasant? We can make a game pie, which has forge, heart, knock, moth, rose, scale, and sky. So that's quite a pie. Alright, so that is now level 3. We have finished reading this book, the Geminiad Volume 3, a fragile manuscript illuminated with twin shapes of sad and luminous beauty, and with all the phases of the moon. It might be as old as the 7th century, but the language, Fusine, is much older. Coral decorates its cover, and its page edges are sharp enough to slash a throat. These pages outline the nature and the doctrines of an hour that demands the union of what has been separated, an hour that is sought at the water's edge and beneath the moon, the witch and sister. The language is elusive, enigmatic, intricate. It'll take some untangling. The 3rd volume of the Geminiad reminds us that the witch and sister has been known to manifest as the sister and witch, and that this face may heal while the other face is always hungry. It implies connections between the witch and sister and the hours of the wood, especially the secret keeper called the Velvet, but it is ambiguous on whether the witch and sister is a wood hour proper. And it speaks at length about the sadness of the two who are one, the sadness that remains from their time as flesh. 2 lessons on resurgences and emergences, and a beguiling melody, a sweet enchantment of a song. So there's a book that will teach us beguiling melody. So we will mark that, which we cannot do with that desk. We can do it over here, though. Beguiling Melody is 2 Sky and 2 Grail, so that's a nice memory for us. So we'll put this back in its nook with the other 2 books of the Geminiad. And then we have this book, 26 Enticements, 7 Torments. The painter Niels Frederick Malsaker notoriously attempted a series of paintings based on the torments. By the 5th torment, the demands of the painting had grown so dire that he died of blood loss. The diagrams in this text are thankfully less detailed. So that's Grail. We can probably read that, and that will give us more resurgences and emergences. So we're getting plenty for that skill. So that gives us 4. And it's in Fucine. So we need to add Fucine. And we have... looks like the Great Signs and the Great Scars is our best one. So that gets us to 9. We can add the Spice Scales. Gets us to 10. And we'll have to hope we can get some... opportunities that will give us the rest of it. But first off, we'll need to use... so we have... actually, we'll want to hold both of our Arabs in case it asks us for 2 soul fragments. And we can do another beguiling melody that we can get from a record. From the Lake Ficino recordings. So we can use a health to listen to that. Over here, we can read an impertinent vigilation, which gives us another 2 grail via a memory. So that way, if it asks us for 2 souls or 2 memories or a soul and a memory, we're cook. We have enough cook to finish that recipe. Memories don't last as long outside books, but it's made a difference for the day. So she's at 7 now. We can use a health to make her 8. I'm ready to lend my limbs. And then we can give her one of these jars of honey, or actually we can give her a bowl of pears to finish her off and get her to 9 so she can finish opening up that creeper-crowded descent, the root throng descent. The routes here are a labyrinth of years. How long is it since anyone passed this way? Okay, so there's a memory of solace. And cheerful ditty. Drums and dances, 2 memories, a lesson, and a core. Yes. That'll get that to level 3, make it easier for us to make Swaddled Thunders in the future. We'll work alongside each other. And then finally add her the pears. I can offer my assistants something to eat. Those will increase their aspects. It's also just friendly. Made game pie. Pheasant or snipe or woodcock or rabbit. And tasty pastry. Moth, rose, scale, sky, forge, heart, and knock. And it's big. So let's see. Let's go ahead and make us another batch of dough. We might have use for it. There's 1 and 2 Grail memories. So let's see what kind of opportunities we have to finish reading this. There's still a chance. 2 duendes and a weather. Well. The weather's not going to help us. The duende, I don't know if it will or not. So we'll have to let that go and see if we can finish it. If not, we can try reading it again because we still have these lessons. So that gets her to 9. The sustenance has boosted their aspects appropriately. And we can send her to open up this root throng descent. I can't remember exactly which stats Duende gives us, but we'll find out in just a moment. If it gives us Grail twice over, then we're in luck. If not, we're in trouble. Duende is a force, not a labor. A struggle, not a thought. How about that? Duende does boost our grail, so that was perfect for us. It managed to get us both of the points all 4 of the points we needed. I love when luck works that way. Alright, so there's some dough, so we'll hold on to this for now. Actually, let's see. If we add the dough and the grapes, maybe? Well, we might need seasoning for that. Let's see if adding spices and savors does anything. Nope. Just lets us make Thursday's cordials or Westcott's compounds. Oh, we do have... We can make cold pheasant with grape salad. A dish with grail, heart, nectar, rose, and sky. So we'll do that. Use up some of these pheasants that we've got laying around. Make plenty of main dishes and such. So we have mastered this and gathered the lessons it contains. The enticements of the Grail outnumber its torments, but its torments are its final nature. Birth is the first torment, and thirst the 7th. Through the enumeration of the Grail's enticements and torments winds the sorrowful history of the witches of the dry land, the ordeal of birth from 2 wombs, their struggle from and supplication of the Grail, the yearning for union which drives them all. Gives us a memory impulse and 2 more lessons in resurgences and emergences. So we're going to get that skill up. That's going to become our main Grail skill. So we can come in here, and now we can take this and mark it with memory impulse. And now that we've read that, we can add it to our red shelf up here. So this one gives desires and dissolutions. It's still at level 1, so we'll hold off on that for now. So let's see. We want 6 memories for Edict's Marshals. We need edge or scale, or moon. Sorry, edge or moon. So we can do 1 over here, we know. We can make a Torg's Cleansing. So that's 1. We have the fog, so that will work as 2. We can do Hush House Lectures, gives us 3. Seventh Voice gives us 4. Soul and Histories gets us 5. We need 1 more. With Edge or Moon, so we can actually read. We can use one of our phonograph records here. Do that one again. So that gets us 6 memories, so we can get Edict's Marshal up to level 7. And then tomorrow we'll probably work on... Actually, we can probably do Resurgences and Emergences now. So we have lessons for that. We need... Yeah, actually, we ended up not needing these memories, so we can use them to level Resurgences and Emergences. Sometimes things work out even when you don't plan them to. Alright, and it seems the Orchard Keeper has finished her work. So she has opened up the Deep Well Descent. Each of the great roots here carries a garden of fruiting fungus. Great black bumblebees buzz improbably between them, gathering spores, droning peace. Some sand, and a chunk of Atlantic amber, sunset's colors, pine's blood. and a tall parcel wrapped in oilcloth. This gives us access to an area of the ancient era of the island, the wheel-filled spring. The pool here is filled with rusting and rotting wheels. Was this some attempt to block it, or were the wheels thrown down the well above as offerings? In either case, it'll need to be cleaned out, and suitable offerings made to appease the powers to whom this place is holy. So we need 10 nectar or 10 moon. Moon is probably going to be the easier one with that, because we do have a lot of moon coming up. We have the fisherman who makes moon next season, so we'll probably wait for that, because 10 nectar right now, until we can find a nectar Newman or something, we're kind of hurting for nectar, and it's going to be hard to get above 9, or unless till we can make some get some more of those Numa pairs. Alright, skill is now level 4, so that's 4 Grail and 5 Moth. These books should be done in about 15 seconds from now. And then we can do our level of Edicts Martial, and then start working on resurgences and emergences again. Cold pheasant with grape salad. So this is a first course. This was the sort of dish you might expect to find for a late supper at the theater, or halfway through a ball. So we can put this back on our shelf up here. Fit there? Nope. It will fit down there, though. So let's see, we do have some vegetables we can consider. But we'll hold off on vegetable sacks for now, because they're taking up less room as they are. So we'll put our other bag of flour back over here with the rest of them. There's our Torg's cleansing. The cleansing has left my skin burning, the teeth throbbing, the corrivality rumbles beneath the membranous surfaces of the waking world. Alright, so then we apply Edicts Martial, the Lesson, the Fog, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 6 memories total, and then we can add Arab. When I thought I'd understood, I'd only begun. Improve this skill to level 7. So this will make it 8 moons, so that's almost, so it can now it can now self-make the Wormwood Dreams with any soul. We don't need anything specific for that. The night has fallen, so we can dream on our Hold a moment. Not quite. There goes night. So we can dream on that. Edicts Martial is now level 7. 8 moon, 7 edge. So let's see. Is there anything we can do with this inescapable confinement? We can actually read this Cucurbit prisoner records. Let's work on that. So we can do that. That gets us 5 points. Health gets us 6. We need... see, Coil and Chasm gets us another 4, so that gets us to 10. And then we have the Hourglass up here. We can get it to 11. So that leaves us with 1 point shy. So what we can do, we'll wait about 5 seconds. And we will start reading Secret Histories again, so we have a 2-point scale memory. And we have plenty of objects lying around that give 1 point of scale, plus we have our health, so we will be able to do that. Alright, so resurgences and emergences. The next level is level 4, so we need 4 Grail or Moth memories. So let's get started on those, and that way we'll have it for tomorrow. So we have Ambrosial gives us Moth. That's 1. So we can do the Bewilder, the Lake Ficino recordings gets us 2. 2 more. Can use a Whist over here. So we need Grail. Impertinent Vigilation. So that gets us 3. And 1 more Grail. Grail or Moth. So what we'll do, we'll read The Sun Disfigured. That'll get us a Grail. And while we're waiting, we can go ahead and open this package here as well. Something tasty. Probably a bottle of wine. So let's see, what challenges is this going, what opportunities is this going to give us to finish reading it? So, weather, a memory, or an epiphany. So, good thing we have that memory. Plus, we do have this old moment that we could use for it, but that would be wasting a 4 scale memory. But there's our memory fear. So we'll go ahead and wait just so we don't forget what we are doing. We'll wait for this to ask for the memory. Yeah. Okay, so surprisingly enough, actually, the rain gives us the ability to get the Orchard Keeper to 10 because it's a memory with 2 nectar, so we will hire one of those. And that will let us open up that last. Collect our memories here for resurgences and emergences. So memory, we add memory fear. That gets us to 13, and we have enough. Yep, and I was right. We got a bottle of Schloss Jannings out of that, so we'll put that into our wine cellar over here. And before we call it a day, I'll go ahead and start resurgences and emergences, leveling to the next level. So this will get it to level 5. And then for tomorrow, we can get it to level 6, or we can actually spread those lessons to somewhere else. But I think we're going to call it a day at this point and come back and finish all of this stuff tomorrow. So thank you for joining me. If you've been enjoying what you've been watching, please leave a like or a comment. If you would like to see the rest of this series, please subscribe. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Thank you again.